me to get a whiff, just a taste of how blue this lock can really be.
What's up, guys? And here we are to do a breakdown / live reaction and review to chapter 250. Big 250 is crazy. That blue lock, which I think started like 2 years after JJK. I may be completely lying about that. I swear it was started after, though. Is that 250? Before JJK is at 250. But we are at the big 250 for Mr. Blue Lock over here, and I heard very, very good things about this chapter. But apparently, I don't know. Like, the spoilers were late, but it's already translated. So I ain't complaining, I'm just explaining, but let's get to reading and maintaining this every single week. Up, hey, edit me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with gosh darn family here. Feeling that do happen to have it on me and keep it on me all times, and it is time for some peak Loco. But of course, because it's peak every week, we're pre-drawn. Once again, I said it before, and I'll say it again, as someone aptly put it in last week's comment section, if there is a bad chapter of BM versus PXG, like a verbatim bad, like a solid 3 out of 10 or lower, and it's not peak every week, there will be that guy with the kitchen, that guy with the stove, that guy with a ladle, that guy with a mixing bowl. Regardless, it will exist. But considering this is literally peak every week, I know this chapter shall be gas. As it is predetermined, as is written in the book of destiny, this chapter shall be gas. So let's not waste any more time. Let's actually hop right into it. Alright. An offense built around Shido, and an offense built around Rin, the Shido system and the Rin system. Let me see. How y'all doing? I always find it funny when I get close to the camera, because like it's editing me finds it funny because it causes problems, but funny problems. Let me see. Chaos ensues from the opening kickoff, facing an explosive Rin and Shido double combo, double standard system. Don't call it double standard system. How will Isagi and BM deal with this unpredictable team? I mean, like, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. In comparison to something like Ubers, where I'd say the solution is to take your Metavision users and put them on borrow, like, which is a relatively simple solution. I know a lot of the Ubers fans ain't gonna let me talking like that, but like, it'd be like that when it be like that. It's just when it be like that. I don't know how to lie to y'all, and I won't lie to y'all. The thing is, you lock down borrow on Ubers, and unless Sendo feels like cooking randomly, or Snuffy feels like scoring, or Lorenzo's feeling to cook it up for a hot second, you can stop Ubers if you plug borrow. It's why, like, even with borrow getting his 2 goals, once Isagi and Kaiser got his data sheet, they got his specs, they're like, okay, and you're losing Snuffy? Yeah, we got you on lockdown, broski, this ain't no problem. So, like, borrow, pretty much the only offensive option here. And of course, you know, you have the 2-pronged system here, right? You got Rin and you got Shido. 2 extremely potent, insane, next-level offensive weapons. If Shido's in the box, the goals go... I'm about to say the goal's going in the goal. The ball's going in the goal. Maybe. And if Rin is outside the box, inside the box, near the box, tasting the box, licking the box, around the box... Whoa. Maybe going a little bit too far there. But, like, if he's in the general vicinity of the box... Or he's like, what? I forget what his shooting range is. I know it's lower than Borrow's, but it's still pretty far outside the box. If he has the ball, and he's on your side of the field, he can score. But of course, we have 2 Metavision users, right? Like we have Isagi Yoichi, who could easily lock down Shido, or flip versa. Flip versa? I've never said that before. Flip-flop or vice versa. Why did I fuse the 2? But you have Isagi, who can lock down whoever you need to lock down. Preferably Rin. He knows Rin very, very well in comparison to Shido, and you have Kaiser for Shido. And as we saw last chapter, as crazy, as next level, as on top of the world as Shido, he's not a Kaiser tier threat, y'all. I still don't think there's a single Neo Egotist League striker who is a Kaiser tier threat. Not Isagi, not Rin, not Shido, not Borrow, none. Kaiser's still built different. And of course, that's the mighty Emperor Muncher in me. That's the Kaiser Creamer, if you will. But still, the Michael Muncher. His name literally is Michael Kaiser. There you go. That's the Michael Meat Muncher in me. The Triple M. But my thing is, you don't just have them. You have Karasu. Remember? Mr. Number 3 in Blue Lock, admittedly by the end of 2nd selection. And by the time of 3rd selection, you know, he's still demon. He's still devious. He's still a monster, a beast. Zantetsu, bro has not scored a goal in 15 years. Not in this manga nor in the side manga. But he's still a little bit dangerous. Bro still got that. He still got that bang on him. Nanase, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Nase's trash. But Tokimitsu, Like, there are multiple weapons, right? And while Rin and Shido are clearly the centerpieces, they're clearly the things you need to focus on. They're the things where if you turn your head away for too long, they will most certainly score and end this game in like 5 seconds. You can't necessarily disregard everybody else. And that's why I think you need Hiyori on the field. It's why I think you probably want Corona to lock down Zantetsu, or Yukimai to lock down Zantetsu. Like, you need people who are able to fill in those holes in those gaps. So, preferably for someone like Karasu, you want a Hiyori. They know each other, bar for bar, word for word, and they're both tactical geniuses. You put them on top of each other, not in that way, but maybe in that way. You put them on top of each other, they'll lock each other out, neutralize. For Zantetsu, I do think you kind of want Yukimaya. If not Corona, but like, maybe you save Corona. So probably Yukimaya. Another speedster, able to go one-on-one, bar for bar, and honestly is more proficient than Zantetsu. Because once again, Zantetsu has never scored. No, I'm kidding. He scored in like the Nagi manga. And in the main manga too, but that was like 5 years ago. And then Nanase, a non-issue for the most part. Like, ironically enough, while this core right here is really, really dangerous and demonic, like, Tokimitsu's strong and all, but yeah, I'm not sure. This is really carried by Rin. Meanwhile, I say this is a more, not a super balanced thing, but much more balanced in terms of overall power. So this is the team you really want to worry about. This is where you put Kaiser, you put Hiyori, you put Yukimaya. For this team, I mean, just put Isagi on Rin, put Raichi on Tokimitsu, and then for Nanase, you put anybody. It could be Grim. Put Grim on Nanase. I don't know why I'm coming off with so much Nanase slander, but like, do I have any reason to be glazing Nanase? I'm not saying he's Ikaguri, but like, as much as I like Nanase as a character, there's no reason that we're fearing Nanase. Nanase doesn't have me shivering in my boots going, oh no, Nanase-kun. Meanwhile, every single one of these other supporters, and especially the main strikers, have shown that they are extremely dangerous in their own ways and need to be respected for that. So, interesting. Even though we did prepare countermeasures against both systems, we may be cooked. I didn't expect them to deploy both systems simultaneously. Why not? I'm just, like, it's still, I guess in the sense that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? You have the dual-tiered system. They've been undefeated with the dual-tiered system. Why fuse the dual-tiered system? But, like, Isagi, Bucko, Pow. Why wouldn't that be the most immediate play? Like, especially considering, imagine if they were doing the one-team system. As great as Charles is as a facilitator, with 2 Metavision users, it would just be a run back of Ubers, if not worse, because we now have a 3rd Metavision user in Hiyori who's at least starting. Obviously, Corona and Yukimaya aren't there, but like, they weren't Metavision users to begin with. But, and then you have Raichi, who's able to also, not necessarily like, hold down a Metavision user, but lasting 5 seconds against Snuffy, who Noah himself is like, oh yeah, Bucko, that's the best player in the world. I'll be completely real with you. I'm the best striker. That guy, he's different though. He's the best player. So like, without that, I feel like they should have prepared for both. Even if it didn't happen, right? Like, maybe they prepared for them individually because they're like, oh, well, that's the easiest way to do it. Like, just focus individually. Don't overload people with too much information. But just on a logistics level, even like separating the whole Metavision idea from it, right? Because Metavision is a concept that we know as readers and one that Isagi knows in his own head. Even Noel was like, Meta what? Vision who? Dog, are you okay? Did you lose a couple of brain cells when you collapsed right there on Mankind? But even on like a planning stage level, I would have prepared for multiple. Just the both of them. Because they saw Ubers. That game was recorded. Like they would know. They would know that probably the one-on-one wouldn't work too well. It's the issue with running with a solo striker. It's why I think Blue Lock will be successful. And I mean, like, the project itself and the U20 team that's born of it, because by having multiple options, by making it so that there are multiple dangerous points of entry, you can cause a lot more havoc than just having one. Of course, with these systems that we're working individually, if one works, one works. Shido alone worked against Barcha, against Manshine, against Ubers. Rin worked alone against Manshine, against Barcha, against Ubers. Like, if it works, it works. But against this team specifically, I'm actually a little bit shocked they didn't think about it, but we can see that they have the pieces to deal with it on the fly, and honestly, it's more interesting on a writing level and a chaos level that they didn't prepare for this. Because if they did, then it'd be like, oh, well, you're just gonna lock it down. But now we can have some chaos and unpredictability, so I do like it.
It's like playing a new video game.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I gave you like the voice. It's like playing a new video game, whose degree of difficulty is entirely unknown. Oh, wow. We are two pages in, and we are already dropping the chapter title. That's a record. That is definitely a record. Throw in restart. I swear we see this like once every 5 years in Blue Lock. For some reason, everything's always 5 years. It's always half a decade. But like, I swear we have not seen this a throw in forever. But I may just be forgetting. So let's see. Let's read the field real quick, because if someone pops off this chapter, I'm actually low key shocked there wasn't a goal in the first chapter, but not really. Like, we can't. This game's gonna go for 15 years, so we're probably gonna. I feel like we may wait like 5 chapters total for a goal. Let's see. So we got Karasu and Isagi right here. This is a horrid matchup. Even if Karasu doesn't have Metavision, this is a horrid matchup. Isagi, if you don't get someone bigger on him, I was about to say Hiyori, but actually no, Hiyori's 6'1", or he's 6 foot. Don't get Hiyori on him. Let's see. Who's this guy? I actually don't even know who this guy is. I believe it's Tokimitsu and Grim. That's a decent enough matchup. Like, they're both big boys. And then the Nase. Where is the rest of BM? Is everyone else just on break? Why is it only these two against these 4? At least I think that's another PXG member. Besides, if it isn't, he's so far away. But let's see. Okay, Tokimitsu with the trap. Grim low-key looking majestic with the hair here. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, Tokimitsu. I was really hoping he'd get like... I guess he's not crying or screaming or concerned, but I was hoping he'd get like a lock-in buff or like a personality boost or something of the sort. Like, I'm kind of shocked they still... But I suppose it's better than it was before. You lot better not slack off on defense or I'll kick you out. I'm not... Am I gonna risk the biscuit? I think I'll risk the biscuit. For y'all. I'll risk the biscuit. We'll see. We'll see. Because Blue Lock, I didn't even think about that. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to drizzle it in. So far I'm still alive. So I haven't been got yet. But I'm scared. But I'll risk it. I'll risk it. Because I'm here. And hopefully that's more than enough for the system. Let's see. Don't lower the back line. Limit their options. Okay, Hiyori, cook. Everyone understands the situation is adjusting on the fly, but we're just barely hanging on. Understandably so. Look at Isagi. Man. And here we go. I know y'all are sick and tired of it. Pencil, stop glazing. No, never. I will never stop glazing Yusuke Nomura. And his insane ability to draw things. But like, man, just this one panel Isagi looks super duper clean. The line work, fantastic. The cross hatching, amazing. The Metavision eye, immaculate. I love that he never, whenever it's a close-up shot, he'll never forget the detail of the earpiece. And even like, okay, it's not legible, but still, it's very, very good quality work, man. And once again, he takes what is a relatively simple character design and makes it look really, really good. It's something I struggle with all the time, because like a lot of my character designs are simple, but it's always those little details, like the multiple fringes and pieces of hair, the levels of the cross hatching, to like the thicker line here, to the lighter line here, to the little extra details on the neck, to the details on the ear. Like, everything's just beautiful. Simplicity refined is almost, I'm not going to say always better, but typically better than extreme complexity. If you refine your simplicity and add complexity to it, it's always better than, like, over-designing. Like, we've seen over-designed characters before. Not in Blue Lock in particular. Once again, Nomura's a demon. So, like, I can't really say there's any character in Blue Lock who's been particularly over-designed. But, like, as an example, I haven't played this game. I've heard great things about it. I believe Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like, that whole cast is just, like, horridly over-designed. Not in a bad way. Like, the art quality itself isn't bad. Mithra, Pyra, Rex, I don't know the rest of the cast. I just know them from Smash Bros. But I still remember they were, like, the pinnacle of over-designed characters. And for good reason. Like, even before their Smash Brothers debuff, if you want to call it that, they were just massively, even then in Smash Bros. To a degree, they're all massively over-designed. They must be a nightmare to model. Which is why I'm shocked that they even let the designers go that crazy with them. But you can have stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I love me some super well-designed characters. Nakaba Suzuki is a mangaka who puts a lot of design effort into things like armor. And it's why when he's working solo, which he always does, sometimes the chapters don't come out complete because he puts so much design detail in there. But there's that balance. There's that balance between complexity and then the refinement of complexity. And this, Nomura, fantastic at refining the simplicity to the point where it has complexity. This sounds so stupid, but like, you can draw a circle, and then you can draw a whole bunch of details in that circle. But if the circle itself isn't perfect, and the details themselves do not complement the circle, then the circle is pointless. But if you just draw a perfect circle, and maybe one perfect circle in between, it's going to look good. That's all I'm going to say in terms of the artistic quality. It's hard for me because, like, I'm still not professionally artistically trained. Like, I think I've taken one art class outside the mandatory once my entire life. And even then, I didn't learn much from that. Like, my whole artistic style has nothing to do with that. So in terms of, like, proper art explanation, I just like the simplicity of it. But the details that are added. That's the most simple way to put it. But let's see. On top of adjusting to their formation, the most important thing for us is to not let that guy... No, that guy roam free. Roam and play freely. The league's youngest playmaker, Charles. Okay. I just went from glazing. It's time for me to begin the anti-glazing campaign. Charles looks fantastic here. This is fine. I even like the dynamic posing. I love the drive in his arms, the throwback of the other arm, the fact that his head is turned, looking away, chasing the ball mentally with his eyes, and the motion portrayed in his leg. Why does Raichi look like... He looks so small. It, like, maybe this isn't... No, I think this is supposed to be Raichi. I can tell by the teeth and the eyes. Something about this Raichi image looks off. But I get it, because, like, Charles is meant to be the focal point of this shot. But, like, since Raichi's also so heavily in the foreground, he just looks off here. I think it's mainly the size and the angle. I don't know. Nomura does have some funny angles. Nomura has some funny angles. And admittedly, it's a super hard thing to draw and make look good. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. And I always preface this every time I critique any mangaka's art. I could never do it. Hear me when I could never begin to do it. Especially on a weekly basis, like Nomura, like Nakaba Suzuki, like Horikoshi Kohei, like Suzuki Sensei from Sakamoto Days, Yuko Suzuki, name any mangaka. I don't care if their drawings are chicken scratch, literal chicken scratch. It's better than me. I cannot do it. So whenever I critique, it's just because it doesn't fit design sensibilities, and I'm typically holding the mangaka to their own standard. Like, sure, I could say every mangaka looks bad because it doesn't look like One Punch Man. Every manga looks bad because it doesn't look like One Punch Man. But, like, if I was holding every artist to the standard of Nomura, not Nomura, Tetsuya Nomura, Noriyusuke Nomura, if I was holding every artist to the standard of Murata, I couldn't enjoy anything. Because there are historic pieces of art that don't look as good as the random One Punch Man chapter. But, like, typically, I don't know, I feel like this angle could be done well, because I think we've seen it before. If you remember the end of chapter image for when Isagi ran up to Raichi and asked him, "Are you ready to perish?" for him to stop snuffing. That whole lead up. That was this exact same angle, but Raichi was drawn a lot better there. And the thing is, it's not even like the quality of the image is poor. It's not like the line art's bad. Everything's solid here. It's just the way Raichi's drawn here. It doesn't look like Raichi, despite me identifying it as Raichi because it looks like Raichi. I don't know. Sorry. I went with an extreme glaze sesh here into immediate anti-glaze. Hopefully it balances each other out. Let's see. Charles Chevalier. That's a bomb last name, though. Chevalier. The others also know that as soon as Charles has the ball, PXG's offense shifts to an entirely different level. That's why they're constantly watching him. I do like that, though. I do like how people of all different varieties. Raichi, a known, not Metavision user. Kiora, a complete unknown. You want to talk about unknown? You want to drop the chapter title Isagi? Here's a complete unknown in Kiora. And Hiyori, a Metavision user, plus Isagi, another Metavision user. They all know. Bro may be 15, but he is a demon. So they're all watching. I do love that detail. Huh. He wants the ball. No, the timing's off. Raichi isn't looking at the ball. He's going to try again. I know. This angle looks weird. But it's kind of a fine weird. I think it's because we just don't have many shots of the back of Charles' head. I don't know. Something about this. Also, yeah, I think it's just he's too skinny. And also, like, these angles are just kind of strange. Like, it looks like they should just fall. Like, from these angles. It doesn't look like these are, like... But then again, they're in motion, so I guess it's fine. I don't know. Something about this image. And this image. I don't know. I went on an extreme glaze session no more, but now my brain is like... Is this time to be glazing? Is it? But it's always time to be glazing no more. This guy, without a doubt, also has Metavision. Ah, jeez! But then again, Nico has Metavision. a lot of the Nico fans were not happy when I glazed Charles immediately in that thumbnail when he was introduced. I don't know. If bro has Metavision and he's the youngest playmaker in the league, like I'm just saying, y'all. Nico did not have everybody look at him like this, even once he got Metavision. No one was treating Nico like this. He was a playmaker, demonic playmaker. And of course, I will admit, Nico was fighting for the spotlight against Lorenzo. Like an actual full-grown man, who's also a demon in his own right. That's also just like a new Gen 111 member. So like Nico not getting as much spotlight here makes sense. Or not as much spotlight in Ubers in comparison to Charles makes sense. Even though they are both young Metavision users. So we'll take that. Let's see, I'm interested. Oh, did he just have the generic design? I'm really hoping... Actually, look at Isagi's. No, that's puzzle pieces still. I really hope we start getting more unique Metavision designs. Like, I'm fine with the regular pattern that everyone has. But like... if you're gonna start giving more people, it's not like many people have it. Like, I think the only hard confirmed Metavision users are Isagi himself, Kaiser, Snuffy, Hiyori, Nico, Charles now, and I'm missing one more. I forget which one I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure I'm missing one more. So that's like 6. There are obviously some implied ones like Sei, there's implied ones like Noah, there's implied ones like every high-level player ever, but I think there's confirmed 7. I can only name 6 right now, though. So we aren't even at 10 confirmed Metavision users. But, like, still. Oh, Rayo, that's it. But it's subconscious for him, but still, that's it. So that's 7. But, like, I am low-key hoping the design gets revamped. It's cool that Isagi has his own unique variation of it, but still. You can give other people different designs. It's also a nice subtle way to display their egos, instead of just consistently going with the massive showing of whatever animal or beast or machine or whatever thing they embody. Like, you can just show it through their eyes if they're a Metavision user. Of course, you can't give it to everybody, and obviously there is meant to be some sort of uniformity because it is supposed to be a universal system mechanic in comparison to something that's unique like an ego. But still, you can have some fun. Like, you can still keep the basic design details of Metavision, which is the crosshair eyes, but still give unique aspects to it. Like for Rayo, have there be like a double rim spear around to represent like Chameleon's eye. For Aiku, let there have the crosshairs, but then let them center in around like a brick wall. I don't know, because he's like the final wall. But no, his ego's like a viper. So let there be a slit down the middle. For who else? For Hiyori. What is Hiyori's ego? I don't think we ever got him we never got him an ego animal. Let it be, since he's supposedly an Ultra Dissay. I'm not sure if that's Piglet. Whatever. S-A space Dist. Fuse them together. That's what Hiyori is. Put a whip and a ball and chain in his eye. Or do something like that. And so on and so on and so on. You can still get creative. But of course, like, the eyes are so small most of the time that I understand why this design is easier to incorporate. Because you can do it. It's easier to do crosshairs than all these extra details I'm trying to put in. It's not like Nomura's doing a bad job with it anyway. It's still unique and distinct enough that you can tell when someone's using Metavision, and you can tell when they're not, which is always important for an ability like this. Without a doubt, also has Metavision. He actually kind of looks like Hiyori there. But weave. There. He shook off his mark. Raichi. How did you hold Snuffy down for 10 years? I'm kidding. He held him down for like 5 seconds. And how did you hold down Snuffy for 5 seconds and Charles is shattering your ankles like this? He wants it. At this timing. Raichi, you better put that hand down, bro. Don't get a handball. That's a mean... You're telling me this guy is under 20? Really, bro? You look older than me. I'm old. But let's see. But look at Isagi shutting it down. That's my boy. But it bounced. Someone's gonna get it. It bounced way too high. That's the thing. Unless it's like a Nagi tier trap, someone's gonna come and get it. Because all these interceptions, they always bounce way too high. And when Isagi thinks he's the only one watching, usually someone else is gonna come because they were also watching. Let's see. At this point, now I think about it. It does not look like... Well, maybe the ball was meant to travel more so here, if I'm trying to follow the arc trajectory. But, like... Yeah, probably, because his foot's high in the air. It's not like his foot's on the ground here. So, yeah, it probably would have reached Charles. But it does kind of look like it was going to have this impact point. Because he does say at this point, which is way before Charles. Let's see. Oh, right on the money. Big bands. Isagi got money on his mind. I can't blame him. Ooh, and now he's out. Let's see. All right on the money. Oh, wow. You're terrific. Monsuero, huh? What? Aren't we supposed to be translating everything? See, this is a good image of Charles too, and I do like he kind of is like the culmination of all the FB designs. Like he has the more playful and flowing hair of Hiyori. He has the cattish eyes of like Bachira. He has the fang that Bachira and Corona kind of have, and the main thing that's unique to him is those eye details. The flex that he consistently has, which is nice. Monsieur? I don't know any French. I'm not even gonna pretend that I do. I barely know Spanish, but let's see. Oh, okay. Ah, I'm rather fond of this hairstyle, you know. Yeah, I know what a hoge is. I always forget. I don't have that. You see my hair? It can't do all that. Let's see. You have those eyes, right? You see the game like I do. Oh, wow. So it is cool. I do like that because it's been a consistent thing in Blue Lock that game recognizes game. If you know what I'm saying, like they always are able to recognize. Oh, you built just like me, for real. I see it in your eyes. So I do like how Charles, even with his young age and his like general aloofness towards the game overall, he sees the vision, the meta vision. I'm sorry, but I like playing against a tactician over a physical brute. Kaneshiro-sensei, Nomura-sensei, you are not beating the allegations. The allegations grow stronger by the day. You are not beating them. You are not beating the allegations. But look at the plays. Oh wow! Now I look at it. Isagi actually redirected it to his team. Very, very good. And look at Grim. Grim holding back Shido. Best Grim feat. We got the best Grim feat right here. Grim fans, all negative 25 of you. Look at your mans. Look at your mans. He's actually holding off Shido. That's impressive. With the leap, too. And Zantetsu getting shut down by Ness. That's my boy. I love new Ness. I'm a Ness glazer. I know. I'm a Ness glazer. I've drawn, admittedly just that one Ness image, but I've drawn Ness before I've drawn a bunch of characters who I like more than Ness. So, like, I'm a big Ness glazer. Shout out to my boy Ness. So, let's do this. Let's see who takes control of this match. Me or you? Bro's even beckoning him on. He's like, come on. You know you want this smoke. But honestly, I think, obviously this is for the world stage, right? Like, this is big money bands right now. And clearly Isagi's fine. Like, he could, I say this wholly unironically, maybe not literally. But I feel like Isagi could just stand there. And start mewing and just straight up be there for the entire match, and he'd still be fine. Like, he'd still be in the top 23. He's literally number 2 right now, tied for number 2. But obviously, there's gotta be a little bit of fun, Isagi. You know, you do want a little bit of that challenge. You love the game of soccer, bro. Ugh, cheeky, arrogant little brat. Isagi, he's literally you. This is you right here. It's just he's better at a younger age. Not better than Isagi probably, but like better than you were at 15. Don't hate Isagi. Don't knock the hustle. I'd say play. Let's see. Ness with the pass. Oh, you know what time it is. Please don't tell me he gets stopped this time. Let Kaiser cook. I swear if Kaiser doesn't score this match, bro, I'm going to lose my good mind. Please let Kaiser cook. I am begging, bro. Look at this lion's mane of his. Let him cook. I'm begging you. All right. Time to initiate our plan. Uh-oh. We're cooking? We're cooking right now? Let's see. After simulating PXG's attack, we predicted that Yoichi's going to drop back. To help out more on defense. Yep, that is, ironically enough, it is a boon for players like Isagi, but also a detriment. The fact that Isagi is not just a striker, the fact that he does play more diversely than characters like Baro or characters like Shido or characters, I'm not going to say like Rin. Rin also plays a similar role to Isagi. They are kind of the same character. Rin's just better. So, with that being the case, the liability of Isagi needing to be down the field to play defense, not strictly sticking to offense, and the fact that he, while fast, it's noted in the Ubers game, pre this game even, pre his, 2-week break and training period, it's noted in Ubers, bro's speed has leveled up, but he's not Kaiser fast. Like, Kaiser's, I think, stat-wise, he's only behind, the actual speedsters. I think he's only behind Shigiri, Yukimaya, and Corona. He's one of the fastest players. I think the only people who specifically match him are Lorenzo, kind of. So, and that's another new Gen 11 member. So Kaiser's a pace demon. So if he can get up the field while Isagi's still Of course, Isagi can book it down straight. That's the thing with Kaiser. While Kaiser has the ball, he's going to have to like dodge and weave through people, which is going to slow down his pace naturally. But taking advantage of Isagi's willingness to play defense, dive back down their side of the field, it is a smart way to ensure that Kaiser is going to go unabated. Though admittedly, it's still very likely that Isagi, I mean, maybe he would interfere with Kaiser, but I think Isagi knows this game's more important than that. Like, and plus, there's no specific bet. Like, notably, every game beforehand between Isagi and Kaiser had a bet, right? Like, Isagi getting on the field was the bet of the first game. Unspoken, though. For the second game, it was who's the better playmaker. Isagi proved that he was the better playmaker. Third game, against Ubers, that was who's the better striker. Isagi proved himself the better striker. Quotation mark. He just got more goals. But there's no bet here. There's no specific connotation that they're going into this match with, meaning that there's a lot more freedom and flexibility for both sides. And thusly, I say this is a game where they should, I say flat out, because they're never going to play together, I don't think. So this is a game where I hope these two are forced to quash their differences and actually work together. Whether it be Isagi feeding Kaiser or Kaiser feeding Isagi, one way or another, I think this is the game where they should set all hatred or negativity aside and let each other cook. So I don't think Isagi would interfere with Kaiser. I hope he doesn't. I genuinely hope he doesn't. Not even just for the Kaiser Glazer meat, not even just for the Michael Meat Muncher that I am, but like, for the sake of common sense and winning the game. Get the assist, Isagi, if you really need it. But let's see. Alright, time to initiate our plan. We predicted that Yoichi's going to drop back to help out more on defense. While he deals with their attacks, Kaiser, Grim, and I will pick up any loose balls and it... I'm so immature. Why did that get me? Why did that? I was doing so good. Let's see. While he deals with their attacks, Kaiser, Grim, and I will pick up any loose balls and instantly hit them on the counter. We swiftly break through the midfield, and I provide the final pass. Okay, so that's why Grim's still in the game. I was wondering. But that makes sense. In a sense, they're using their own dual dragon system effectively. Because, yep, look at this. Isagi's literally having to... You just have to book it back up. And with this trifecta here, as long as they keep that ball moving and they keep booking it up the field, while Isagi's rushing all the way down, they can likely get themselves isolated for the most part. Not fully isolated, obviously, but isolated enough to a degree where it would make sense that Isagi, A, couldn't catch up, and B, would be stuck to play catch up, and allow Kaiser to score unabated. But let's see. I provide the final pass. Uh-oh! This big beefy boy. See, they drew Raichi too small earlier in this chapter, but they made Tokimitsu look thick. Feel like you could crush a watermelon with them things. With a little bit of magic. Tokimitsu Aoshi. I wonder if that's a... No, there's no way that's a reference to Aoshi. Now that I think about it. But just the last name got me. Let's see. I already caught up, you know. I didn't know. You know what? Even though he's very canonically baby, because he's so beefy... Let me take a sip. Because I don't think I never really had the chance to voice Tokimitsu now I think about it. Because I started reviewing way after your third selection. He was only really relevant there. So let me... Second, I mean. Way after second. And then he isn't really relevant by the time of third selection. We don't even see him play there. But let's see. I already caught up, you know. That's like a way too deep Kermit. I already caught up, you know. You're kind of fodder, and you kind of look like a little bit juicy. Honestly, Ness, have you ever considered spreading it? Not just for Kaiser, but for me. But you know what? I do like how this face is less fear, like this one is, and more so like, you do realize you are fodder to me, right? You do realize you will spread it, whether you want to or not, Mr. Alexis. You're going to spread it. Even Ness is like, no, I don't want to spread it. No, he blocked the passing lane. Go around him. Should I take him on and blow right past him? Ness, don't you have your magic? Shatter his ankles. No, I can't waste time on him. If I do, Yoichi will read the... Going my way, not the highway. Look at Zantetsu zooming, booming down the field. Going my way. Way. No, what is he even saying? Before these imbeciles get in the way, I'll pass... Yeah, see? Look at that. You know how to do it. Let's pass it straight over. I'll pass the Kaiser. Perfectness. Leave the rest to me. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
Kaiser, get in motion. Get in motion. It's time to cook, Kaiser. Kaiser, it's time to cook. Let's see. Leave the rest to me. He's about to start zooming and booming. No! Nanase, leave! Please! Don't do my boy Kaiser like this. Hold on, I need to run the calcs. The calcs have been ran. Code red, the calcs have been ran. Please, Kaiser. It's Nanase. But then again, Karasu's here too. That's the thing. If it were just Nanase, I'd keep clowning. But with Karasu here, it's looking quite devious. Not a chance. Get out of the way, idiot. This one's mine. Oh, is he talking to Nanase? Oh, well, I guess they are from counter teams. I didn't, you know what? I only thought of the animosity being between Shido and Ren. No, I didn't think about that. That's actually, I like that. I like that a lot. That the animosity is universal. Even if not like they clearly, these two are not in the same hate bracket. Like if we're doing a hate scaling system, these two are clearly not in the same hate bracket as Isagi and Kaiser and or Rin and Shido. But I do like the fact that since they've been born in these two separate systems and they're all fighting for their own goals and ideals and wills and ideologies, that they're still butting heads. Then not everybody's all buddy-buddy. I actually really like that detail. Not a chance. Show me what you got, Michael. You mediocre royal highness. Okay, Karasu! Talk that talk, then! Though I hope you get styled on. For the sake of the divine emperor, you must be felled. But let's see. Back off! This one's mine! Survive! Nanase Nijiro. Well, I feel like I've heard that last name, too, somewhere. Let's see. Yeah. Two defenders quickly move in to block my shot. How textbook. And add another defender hanging back just in case. I break through. I've seen through your plan. That's my boy. That's my boy. Because, like, they should know something has to be extra here, though. Who have I not seen? I've seen Shido. Hold on a second. I've seen Shido. I've seen Charles. I've seen Nanase. I've seen Karasu. I've seen Tokimitsu. Who have I not seen? This is the question. Who have I not seen? Where's Rin? But then again, he has nah. But that's the thing. Usually I'd see him. Let me do a quick scan through the chapter. Obviously Rin gets mentioned back here. But let me see. That's not Rin. That's Tokimitsu. That's Nanase. That's Grim. Tokimitsu. Raichi. Hiyori. Grim. I think Karasu. Nanase. Hiyori. Isagi. Oh, no. Yeah, Isagi. Wait, no. Is that Isagi? Oh, no, that's Kyora. Karasu. Isagi. Charles. Ugly Raichi. Charles. Raichi, Kyora, Hiyori, Isagi. Oh, is that Kunigami? Yeah, Kunigami, PXG guy. Charles, Raichi, looking slightly less ugly, but a little bit weird still. Charles, Isagi. Charles, shattering Raichi's ankles. Raichi, Isagi, random PXG dude. Charles, Raichi, Isagi, Charles, Raichi. Now, why did I say? I feel like I'm repeating like a secret, like a sleeper code or something. Isagi, Charles, Isagi, Charles, Grim, Shido. So I know where he is. Ness is on Tetsu. Charles, Isagi is on Tetsu. Ness, Kaiser, Ness, Isagi, Kaiser, Grim, Ness. Tokimitsu, Ness, Zantetsu. If I'm awakening anybody, just by going like this, I apologize. I didn't mean to activate your sleeper cell. Well, let's see. Zantetsu, Ness, Tokimitsu, Kaiser, Nanase, Karasu. Random PXG guy. Something's gonna happen. Because we haven't seen Ren. But then again, usually the mangaka, the mangaka is good with that. Nomura's very good with showing a character. They don't usually just teleport out of nowhere. And since I didn't see Rin, but then again, he has to do something, right? Like, there's no way we're just going to let Kaiser cook this easily, this smoothly, this buttery. Let's see. Time to destroy you all. Please, Kaiser. Cook, I'm begging you, Kaiser. Please cook. Time to destroy you all. Okay, Karasu with his famous ball handling and his grippers. But Karasu, this guy's stronger than you. You really want to run smoke, Karasu? I thought you only went after weaklings. Let's see. Karasu reaching out. Look at the casual smack away. Because, like, who do you think you are? and just knocks Broski away. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Big dubs, Kaiser, big dubs. Running through. Nanase, you're gonna get so cooked, bro. Let me see your ankles get shattered. Okay, bro goes for the step in. Bro said, where you stepping, bro? Bro said, what ball? You weren't going for this ball, were you? Bro said, here, let me shadow you real quick. Kaiser, trip him. Trip Nanase. Where's all this Nanase negativity coming from? I have no idea where this Nanase negativity is coming from. It's because he's going up against Kaiser, and I'm a Kaiser Glazer. That's it. I'm a Michael Meat Muncher. That's why Nanase is getting a whole bunch of anti right now. Let's see. Nanase, Karasu. Look at you going for a grip, bro. What you better grab onto? There, Colonel. Let's see. Uh-oh. Bro's got Predator Eye activated. It's my win now. Okay. The way. Okay. See, I knew I couldn't trust it. Gosh, but that's not like Nomura though. That's not like Nomura. I do like how veiny Kaiser looks here. He is clearly tweaking, but like that's not like Nomura. Typically, Nomura will always, because like that's a thing that Nomura gets accused of often. But like if you go back, that's the thing. I've missed it before, but then I go back and I see it. Like, I think of Kunigami's Hyena Goal in Manshine. I think of Isagi coming in and saving Gagamaru from Chris Prince's Knuckleball. I think of a lot of times in Blue Lock where you'll typically get Nomura having, like, the teleporting accusations where a character will just appear out of nowhere. But, like, I think this is unless I missed them. Feel free to correct me, because I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again, and I will be wrong many times again. But I swear, I don't see Rin anywhere earlier in this chapter. But still, I'll take it. I understand. I don't think a goal should happen this quickly, even if I do want Kaiser to cook. But look at this crazy image right here. Kaiser veins popping out the neck, popping out the brow, popping out the side of his head. Karasu and Nanase, admittedly not two full-grown men, but two big old beefy boys just casually getting overwritten here. But wow, that's crazy. So Rin had like perfect timing, because he just made Kaiser whiff. He didn't block it or nothing. He didn't pull a Lorenzo or face tank it. He just straight up made Kaiser whiff. That's a first. All right. Lukewarm, Blue Rose. What the? If I can destroy that precious shot of yours, you're nothing. Oh! Rin! Okay, Mr. Destroyer. Okay, Mr. Destroyer, bro's talking that talk. Bro didn't say, you're trash, you're garbage, you're weak. He said, you're nothing. Kaiser. And the chapter's over. I swear I just started reading. I've been here for 42 minutes. I have not just started reading. I swear I just started reading. What? Itoshi Rin. Hold on, let me take another scan back through the chapter. Nah. You know, I'm gonna say 10 toes down. If I'm wrong, I'm not starting that guy with the kitchen. Or that guy with a ladle, or that guy with any sort of cooking utensil. But like, I'll do a happy jig at the start of the next video. If you guys can find Rin earlier in the chapter and I just missed them, I'll do a happy jig. I'll like no feet cam. I'm scared. But like I'll do a little dancey dance at the start of the next chapter. But I don't know. That's a little bit. But I'll take it. Mainly because I don't think goals should happen this quickly. I do, like, low key. I'll be real. A lot of people were complaining about the length of Ubers. People started to complain about the length of Manshine towards the end of that game. Let the game take a whole year. Let it be 50 plus chapters. Let it be longer than U20. I don't care. I want this game to evolve and establish as much as it can. Give me backstories. Give me character explanations. Give me awakenings. Give me ego awakenings. Give me character motivations. All that. Slap it all on the table. That's what I need right now. So Rin shutting down a Kaiser Impact, nice. And I like how Rin shuts down the Kaiser Impact. He doesn't pull a Lorenzo. He doesn't just... like, realistically, that is one of the most impressive durability feats we've seen in Blue Lock. Seeing someone just face tank a Kaiser Impact. Fastest swing speed in the world. I like how he dismantles it by just making sure that it can't happen. He takes the ball away instead of blocking it or anything like that. Which still makes it so that Kaiser Impact hasn't been power crept. I've seen a lot of people say that Kaiser Impact hasn't hit the same since the first game. And to that I say, did you see Manshine? Did you see Ubers? Like, Kaiser Impact, it's been blocked. It's been worked around. It's been avoided. But I don't say that Kaiser Impact's been power crept. It's just been worked around. It's now a common mechanic. Kind of like how Chigiri's speed for the longest time seemed like it was going to be a really broken asset, but people just adapted to it. like people whipped out Maharaga and just adapted. I feel like that's the same thing for Kaiser Impact. It's a well-known quantity at this point. So now you do need ways to work around it. For Ubers, that was Lorenzo. You just face tank it. For Manshine, they never did. Kaiser just kind of never got the ball again, at least to a point where he could actually use it. Then for Barcha, the game ended really, really fast. Like, really, really, really fast. So now, Rin working to shut it down, that makes sense. It's one of the key components. And even, the only thing is, why wasn't Isagi there, right? Why wasn't Isagi on Rin? But presumably Rin was probably lurking higher up the field. But then again, that's interesting, because him and Isagi were right next to each other in the last chapter, because Isagi headed it out. And then the throw in. So I'm guessing maybe Rin was just stalking Kaiser. Which makes sense, right? If Isagi's playing defense while Shido's trying to go on offense, someone needs to play aggressive defense for PXG. Why not? And ironically enough, this is Rin and Isagi playing parallel roles to Shido and Kaiser. Shido and Kaiser are the primary attackers. They're diving in. They're going for it. They're trying to gobble it all up as quickly as they can. But as a byproduct, that leaves the openings and the openers for characters like Ren and Isagi to play that defense, that unexpected defense, that come out of nowhere defense, that I'm going to dive as deep down on the defensive line as I can, even if I am a striker or an attacking midfielder, in order to make sure that I shut down those viable threats, those demons, and I can respect that. Let's see. Kaiser shakes off Karasu and Nase. At the last second, Rin swoops in and steals the ball, preventing the Kaiser impact. As the action swings back in the other direction, all eyes are now on Blue Lock's number 1. He's coming. Chapter 251, VIPC. Alright. Once again, these chapters are rolling around at the speed of that. Gotta follow my rainbow. When I stick around, gotta keep moving on. Yeah, this chapter's worthy. For what reason? You may be wondering. Pencilman, how dare you say this chapter's worthy? What reasoning do you have for it? Well, I have reasoning for you. I'm about to give it to you right now. So listen in. The main things I like about this chapter is number 1. I love the locked-in interaction and the further hyping of this dual dragon system. Do I think they should have planned for it at the same time? Yes, but at the same time, they go off existing data. Working with hypotheticals is something that could be a waste of time, so I understand why the dual system was not something they were worried about and how they're adapting to it. Number 2, I do like the dynamic of Isagi and Charles getting established nice and early in the game. This rivalry is going to be one that's quick, one that we probably won't see for a while, and one that is most likely going to be transferred over to Nico once we run into Charles again for the U20. I'm assuming 2 15-year-old prodigies with Metavision, it's gonna be Nico. Like, I swear. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, like, Charles and Nico are clearly going to get this dynamic years down the line when we actually get to Charles versus Isagi and crew again once Blue Lock is going up against everyone in the U20. So this dynamic is clearly going to get transferred, but I do like the dynamic of these two young Metavision users, these two prodigies, these two centerpieces, the hearts of their respective teams, immediately meeting each other, being impressed by each other, worrying about each other, and then starting this feud. Really, really nice stuff. It's nice little quick character work that is going to have massive ramifications later on, and I'm excited to see play out more. I do like how Kaiser is actually giving Grimm a purpose, and Grimm is getting feats, and also that this trifecta system is being built specifically in regards to Isagi, showing how they do acknowledge him, they do respect him to the point where they need to build counter strategies entirely based around him. And I do like Ness, even if it didn't end up working out too well. I like that Ness was still cooking, to the point where even when he was locked off and caught off guard by Tokimitsu coming in and seemingly enough shutting him down, and then about to get double teamed by Zantetsu, when he got two-manned, bro still got it to Kaiser one way or another, and then it was all on Kaiser. And of course, seeing Kaiser not being allowed to cook is sad, because I'm a Kaiser glazer, but I'm also a big old Rin fan. So I'm happy that Rin did stop the Kaiser impact with effort. You can see the veins popping out his thighs, but it didn't completely invalidate Kaiser impact, as in the sense that Rin just clearly stopped the shot. He just took advantage of a blind spot that Kaiser had, because Rin, it's not confirmed he has Metavision, but you guys out of it. Let's not even play these games, y'all. So I am happy to see Rin come in and cook. And I do like how both Isagi and Kaiser both realize, oh, number one, the VIP seat. Oh, he's here, and he's coming. So I really, really, really like this chapter. However, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave the Emperor's Folly Folly with 2 L's, by the way. Folly. The Emperor's Folly. In the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that little notification bell so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include ad-free variations of all my videos and live reactions to every single chapter of other series that I review. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dagger the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members, Recliner Plays, Red Wolf 4765, Greyhound, and Atkins Void. I'd like to give another big thank you to our $5 patrons, Victor, Sean, RNG Master, Midnight Gemlord, Metal Solid Crisis, Kevin, Igneal, and Demix LND. Another scrumptious thank you to our $7 members, Autumn, Mornings, Lazo, and Sick Addiction. And I'd like to give another hefty thank you to our $10 patrons, Robbie Uchiha, Joaquin, Idemokami, and China Doll 09. And I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose. And I'd like to give a thank you, an amazing thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder. And another thank you to our next $25 patron, eHack1. And a final thank you to our final $25 patron, Steeron.